Claims of retaliation for whistleblowing in the Prince George's County school system. Two rebellious members of the county's Board of Education are being warned to turn in whistleblowers or face possible removal from office. All of this after a scorching state audit on Friday that cast some doubt on the county's improving graduation rate. Those two members say might be all smoke and mirrors. Scott Broom is in Upper Marlboro tonight to tell us more about what's going on. All right, Scott, what's next?
Well, that is correct. The graduation rate, this is important. The graduation rate here in Prince George's County is up. But the question is it real? As you just reported, these two Board of Education members who've been most vocal with that question have received a letter from the chair of the Board of Education, essentially telling them to shut up, turn in their whistleblowers, or face the possibility of removal from office. And those two board members are having none of it.
David Murray and Edward Burrows are rebellious and determined young Board of Education members in Prince George's County. In May, they complained to Maryland Governor Larry Hogan that the county's rising graduation rate might be a fraud. Friday, evidence that some of their allegations were true. A scorching state audit. Nearly 5% of the graduates sampled did not meet state standards for a diploma. Nearly 25% more graduated even though the county has no documentation to explain grade changes. Other irregularities included large numbers of graduates with excess unexcused absences and evidence of transcript manipulation by administrators and dozens of complaints from teachers and staff about pressure to change grades. But instead of being applauded for blowing the whistle, the two rebellious board members got a threatening letter from the chair of the Board of Education. The letter demanded they turn in whistleblowers immediately or face actions that could include potential removal from office. Murray and Burrows reacted today.
This is an attempt to not only silence whistleblowers, but make an example out of whistleblowers, showing that if you do come forward, there will be consequences for it.
I guess they could censure us. They could potentially look at removing us, both actions of which would be completely improper given the fact that we made allegations which have now been proven to be true.
We're talking about teachers, guidance counselors, central office staff that are afraid. And so under no circumstance are we going to betray their trust they placed in us.
Prince George's County Board of Education Chair Dr. Segun Eubanks sent the letter.
Is it retaliatory?
It is not at all retaliatory. These board members have every right to speak to anybody they want publicly, but they don't have the right under policies and procedures that they agreed to as sitting board members to conduct their own investigations, to collect their own evidence, and to not share that evidence with the administration and with their school board members.
Important to point out here, it was the Maryland State Department of Education that conducted that audit, not the members, but it was only after they complained to the governor about the allegations here in the county. It's also important to report that that audit, despite all the problems it found, it did find no evidence that there was fraud from the top, the CEO level and the board chairman on down. They blamed all the problems with the graduation rate on poor record keeping and training. Reporting live in Prince George's County, Scott Broom, WUSA 9.
All right, Scott, and a few moments ago, Governor Larry Hogan released a statement about the board chair's action, saying the obvious implications to this letter are very concerning. Hogan is calling for whistleblowers to receive the full protection they deserve under the law.